Comment dire que M. Emmanuel Chiangong est des nôtres ce matin, comme je l'ai dit. Et avec lui, on va parler des questions de beauté, la surconsommation, la mauvaise consommation de la beauté qui peut avoir des conséquences négatives. Et ce n'est pas que pour les professionnels de la beauté, c'est pour tout un chacun de nous. Parce que, bien, comme vous le dites très souvent, les professionnels de la beauté, ils coiffent ou alors ils touchent le ministre, ils touchent le vendeur d'eau glacée, le policier, ils touchent et forcément, ils impactent dans la vie de chacun de nous. Bonjour et bienvenue.
Good morning and good morning, televiewers. Always lovely time being with you. Yes, of course.
Good morning to you.
Yes, Sweetheart, how are you doing?
Thank you.
That was really timely and it's good to have this team here every Thursday. Alors oui, effectivement, nous pensons que cet impact doit être positif.
Et non négatif.
C'est une obligation. Vous devez mériter le métier que vous avez choisi. Vous devez mériter les récompenses qu'on vous paye. N'oublions pas, nous travaillons et nous sommes payés pour le travail que nous faisons. Alors, c'est gagner de l'argent, honnêtement, quand on rend des services qui sont corrects et qui apportent un plus dans la vie des personnes qu'on s'occupe de. N'oublions pas que le client qui vient dans votre institut de beauté a fait peut-être un voyage, peut-être de Bonabéry à Bonapriso, et que sur la route, cet client a traversé autant d'instituts de beauté, que des fois, ce client a pris la peine de vous appeler pour réserver cet emploi de temps. Que dans son emploi de temps assez serré, ce client a pris la peine de créer cet espace pour venir vous voir. Et que ce moment est très spécial. J'ai souvent cette expérience où la dame dit, effectivement, je voulais juste venir me laver les cheveux. Mais vous voyez que c'est pas parce que le cheveu est tellement sale, c'est parce qu'elle estime que ce moment me permet de négocier un contour, un virage assez compliqué dans mon métier, dans ma vie ou dans la situation que je vis.
Ça peut sembler banal de quitter Bonabéry pour Bonanjov pour se laver justement les cheveux.
Oui, tout à fait.
Alors qu'elle a de l'eau et tous les produits même à la maison.
Oui, mais c'est beaucoup plus que ça, c'est ça. Nous parlons d'un métier. Et lorsqu'on a vu ça comme laver les cheveux, on va effectivement juste laver les cheveux et apporter beaucoup de mal, de blessures, de cicatrices dans la vie des personnes. Mais lorsqu'on le voit comme un métier qui a un rapport beaucoup plus profonde entre la cliente, les clientes et nous, on va mettre tous les paramètres en place pour que, à l'arrivée, même avant que l'eau mouille le cheveu de la cliente, avant que le petit comédon sorte du stérilisateur, même avant qu'on dresse, on habille la cliente avec son pario, qu'on a déjà une personne qui est disponible et ouverte à recevoir en soin. Cela se passe par plusieurs étapes et c'est ça que nous disons que cette consommation mauvaise de la beauté, c'est aussi plusieurs choses. C'est le cadre, c'est l'accueil, c'est l'esprit qui anime l'endroit dans lequel nous recevons nos clients.
Now, what you've just said, I believe it's mostly for a client coming to you who has confidence in you, who has confidence in the kind of work that he or she has seen you do before. But let us take an example of a client who is just getting to discover Viva Coiffure for the very first time. And a friend just recommends and says, okay, I want you to go there. Now, what exactly is needed from a professional to put that client in confidence at that particular time?
You see, we have talked about verbal and non-verbal communication. We have talked about the setup, the atmosphere. It's not even the professional. It is the welcoming from the first step. That is your front view. The front view of your beauty salon is a very strong message that tells the people this is a place of well-being. This is a place of peace. This is a place where an oasis of peace, where my stress, my worries of the day can find solace. And when you walk into such a space, it is everything that speaks through. We talk of psychotherapy through the five senses in a beauty spa. That is a theme I work on all the time, which means that what you see, what you smell, the sound that you hear, and the colors as they blend in must bring you peace. You must take in a deep breath when you walk into that space. And that is the non-verbal message. That tells you that every other thing that follows will come in. But of course, when you walk into a beauty space, you're looking for a human being. We don't receive beauty from machines. This is the reverse of the whole industry. We have very highly sophisticatedly equipped beauty salons, but we have zombies walking in them. We have moving corpses walking in them. We have people like Holocaust looking with zombie faces, like vultures, just looking onto people like, what do you want here? That's the look. The environment is saying, come I'm ready to care for you. But the looks of receptionists, you know, is like, what do you want? You know, I mean, this is like a nightmare. And if you had one in the night, and you walk into the beauty space in the hope, you know, in the hope of healing, and you find another one, that is the end of the day. You know, you lost one day and you may lose a lot more other things like that.
All right, so maybe before we go rapidly, tell us some of the things that people need to keep at the back of their minds in order to avoid having bad habits when it has to do with consuming beauty in general.
The most important thing is that don't overdo anything.
Okay.
Don't depend on anything to be beautiful. Don't even depend on me. Don't depend on the cosmetics. Don't depend. You must look into yourself to identify your true needs.
Okay.
It has to do with the culture of learning how to recognize the greatness and the values that are in you. Okay. Don't forget that there is no day you can walk through this city without one person admiring you.
Yeah,
what is that thing that you have that calls for attention? Hook onto it. Let it grow bigger and bigger. The beauty about the human grace is that it grows when you give it space. Most of the time, we stifle it with the imbalances that we have. And remember, if you identify a good professional, ask for professional counseling and advice. This is very important. In the lust of your pride and ego, you may just go on doing one damage after another. And remember, professionals must be accountable for results.
And of course, we have a lot of such professionals out there, but we have one right here in our midst who has been a professional for more than 35 years now. And of course, that's Mr. CHIANGONG. All our televiewers out there might, of course, want to come benefit from the expertise. So maybe you quickly talk again about the geographical locations and numbers if possible.
No, just come on Facebook, EMMANUEL CHIANGONG, and Rue Bernabe Viva Coiffure every Sunday afternoon in Bonaparte. So I'll be very enlightened too.
And whether you are a madam or boss or a boss lady working behind machines and a beautiful, I would say a beautiful, how do they call this, beautiful bureau, French is really in my mind, you actually need to know that you need to have what they call a handwork. So they need to come to you, to the school, if they want to learn
yes,
more
of course.
on that.
That is that.
Anyway, just hook to him on Facebook and you will get all the necessary information. But for now, we continue talking beauty again on Good Morning Cameroon for the last few minutes that we have before we go. But before we come to meet Karim behind, let's take a look at this part.